Hey, I heard you missed me. I'm back. You didn't even know I was gone. There's light shining in my window, supposedly from the west, but I'm going to go ahead and say it's more like the northwest. Now, everybody's been noticing that something's off. Who am I? I'm Greg Martin. Why did I start Poleshift Alert? When I'm in a rock and roll band, I'm not a scientist. I'm not even in my lane. I don't even want to do Poleshift Alert. I don't. I'm in somebody else's territory. I'm in somebody else's turf. I'm in somebody else's chair. But I started Poleshift Alert. I invented it. I created it. Now, the other day I heard a scientist say, well, Poleshift Alert wasn't the first. I never said that I was the first. There's a lot of great people out there who have been people that I've researched. And I will name them, the ones that I know their names. I'm going to start off with the great and wonderful Ancient Aliens. Who doesn't know what a rockin' ass show Ancient Aliens is? Yeah, my hair may not be as cool as yours, dog. But Poleshift Alert is, baby. And I'm going to bust apart a bunch of your guys' stuff tonight on Ancient Aliens. I'll make you look bad. And that's too bad, because I've contacted you several times. In fact, I told you exactly where to find the object that we're going to speak of tonight. As long as you guys want to talk about it. And I may even take some questions, but I just want to let everybody know how it is that I became a part of a website with the biggest news story of all time, with my accumulated 2 billion with a B views. Anyway, December 21st didn't happen. It's not that I was disappointed. I like mankind. I want mankind to survive. I don't care whether you're from India or Pakistan or Turkey or the great place of Philippines where I spent 2 weeks and had some guy stick a knife to my throat. I don't care if the United States Navy didn't want me to be a cryptological technician because I was colorblind. I decided to go ahead and decode the Bible anyway. Just for fun. Now, what did you say? You decoded the Bible, you crazy loon? That's the facts, Jack. Now, how did I do that? Well, it's real basic, yo. You have to be able to count to 4. Now, let that sink in. You know where you heard that before, right? That was the last time I had 499,000 likes in 3 hours. Now I get 1 view per tweet. Gee, I wonder who's seeing that. You made a lot of money off my analytics, which I've all got. All time date stamped. I'm a friggin' machine. I know everything about everyone. Go ahead, challenge me on any issue on earth. Vladimir Putin, let's talk about him. I like him. Xi Jinping, that's my boy, dog! Sure, I'd go hang out with Kim Jong-un and Dennis Rodman, one of the most badass mother effers that ever put on a basketball uniform. A beast. That said, you ain't coming up in here. I'll knock you so far out of here you'd think it was Tuesday. Dennis Rodman don't play. I don't play. I know a lot of people that don't play. And you know why we don't play? Because we're sick of getting played. You're going to tell me that a man that has black helicopters following him for 4 years, who hasn't had a job in 7 months, is not eligible for unemployment while people have $13,000 on their welfare card and $5,000 in scratch, you're going to tell me that our Social Security Department is calling Nicaragua, Venezuela, and Ecuador and checking their references? Please. We're getting played. Who's paying for this? And many other things that you don't even know are being paid for with money that is being sent to one country now that we haven't even seen any war footage of, but yet we've sent a massive amount of money to. And a 2-hour conversation between one Vladimir Putin and Donald Trump when he was a president addressed this very issue in this very place that now kind of supposedly got its ass kicked. I mean, who would know? We haven't seen one bit of footage showing any bit of the sort. Why are they doing all of this? Nonsense. Why are men, women? Why is up, down? Why is white, black? Why did they reverse that and stop that and do that when they didn't need to and no one gave a damn the way it was before? Why are they doing that? The same reason I'm doing this, to demonstrate one thing to you, that they're two wings of the same damn bird. We don't give a damn about you or your protection. And speaking of protection and collection and elections and protections, why don't we talk about this? Where the hell is that shadow banned and canceled list? You gonna tell me that Mr. James Woods, American legend, Dan Bongino, American badass, and Charlie Kirk, some dude who I don't really know, but hey, you're cool, bro. I got no issue with you, man. Settle down. You're the only 3 people shadow banned and canceled. Nobody else. Poleshift alert is the reason that shadow banning was created. The end. The end. The end. My site was the first site shadow banned. Shadow banning was created to stop this site. Live it. Learn it. Know it. Fast times, baby. I credit everyone. Let's get to the meat of this enchilada. You've all seen some crazy stuff on TikTok and around the world. Cracking in Africa. Cracking near Yellowstone. OMG. Boy, oh boy. Some dude said if that thing goes off, 3/4 of the United States will be buried in ash. From everything that I triple research before I say it is fact. What I believe is fact, it's a hypothesis. We'll get into that. Whenever I say anything, it's triple researched by many great men. And I'm going to talk about some gentleman that was mentioned, Poleshift Alert, yesterday on TikTok. I didn't catch his entire conversation. He said Poleshift Alert was not the first. You're correct, sir. I probably read your research. It led to the hypothesis that I have today. The facts lead where the facts lead. 2 + 2 = 4. What does that mean? How the hell do you decipher the Bible, decode the Bible by adding basic math? Well, because very simply this. The only way that the sun can be black as sackcloth and the moon red is if there's 4 objects in the sky. Now that's the facts. When the moon is red, it's on the outside. That means there's something else in the sky, creating what I said first. Greg Martin said first, and no scientist on this earth who should be sitting in this chair. I apologize for being outside of my lane. Scientists, NASA, and the entire world. And if I am wrong, I apologize. I'll dive on a spear. I promise. But I'm not wrong. This is not climate change. This is not global warming. We are having a full shift. But there's not bad news. It's better than you think. Some interesting things have occurred, which I can't get to yet, that have saved many of you from what I am the first ever to say. That the rapture is a pole shift of Earth caused by a binary star. The thing being seen in the sky, and I have videos all over my pages of 6 pole shift alerts, Quora, Pinterest, TikTok, X, YouTube, poleshiftalert.com. And you know why? I won't be beat, I won't be busted, I won't be broken. I'm being guided by something higher. I have been giving what I call providence, the ability to know and obtain higher truth. Don't care if you believe it. Belief is not required. You're here for one reason, because you know something is wrong. That's why you need to subscribe to stay alive and go to my store, because I'm the first to tell everybody to stock up and prepare. And I am the first to put Poleshift on the map. So yeah, you may have been talking about it, dog. You're like a yapping dog out in the yard. Nobody heard you until I came along and broke the friggin' internet. With my band, with my brand, and with my cute little son, Tim. Now, look at that. If that's not the Lord, I don't know what is. What is that? That's cray-cray, yo. We'll discuss that later. We'll discuss how that's occurring. Right now, we don't care. I'm going to probably have to go get some water. iHeart, Spotify, Sirius. I used to be a radio DJ 2 years. If I was playing songs right now, I'd blow everybody out of the water. I'd be number one. Do I need a script? No, I got a couple bullet points here, dog. I'll talk to anybody, anytime, about anything. Let's talk about this. Why would the United States Navy draw a map of the United States with it half underwater, like the Statue of Liberty here? Why would they do that? The new United States Navy map shows places like Arizona, New Mexico, and Utah underwater. Why would they do that? Why are they playing with me, Doc? Why are they trying to get into my side, into my head, man? I just got well, baby. Now you're going to do this to me. You're going to release a map showing half the United States gone and the Mississippi River, 300 miles wide? Why would you do that? I know why. Because of 911. That's correct. What? It's like a trail of breadcrumbs, dog. Follow the money. You know how much money disappeared after 911? Where'd it go? Dummy. Oh, I'm not talking about you being a dummy. I'm talking about dummies. Dumbs. Deep underground military bases all over the world. 800 now in the United States. 800 camps in the U.S., which I told everybody about 1 month before the lockdown, and in fact was the first and only to tell people, guess what, you're getting ready to get locked down. It's the truth. I was the first. You guys can say you were the first, you weren't. What all am I first at saying? I'm the first to say, in order for the sun to be black as sackcloth and the moon to be red, that there must be 4 objects in the sky. I am the first to say that the rapture is a pole shift of Earth caused by a binary star. I am the first to say that our binary star is creating the Pacific anomaly, which is actually a moving second North Pole, causing animals to run from North Pole to North Pole until they die. Don't pretend you was first, dog. You was second, fool. I was the first to tell you we're going in lockdown. I was the first to tell you to stock up and prepare, which is the reason, my fellow humans, who I love and respect and appreciate, I want you to go shop for all these cool things that TikTok has on my store. You know how cool that is? I've made $0. Zero. In 4 years of putting out this information to humanity, risking my own skin. A man who never lies, cheats, and steals. You can hang me. Come get me. You don't think I've ever been to jail before? The United States Navy put me in jail for going AWOL because they lied to me. Boy, talk about honor and glory. So let me get this straight, United States Navy. You didn't want me to be a decoder, being colorblind. And you didn't want me to be a Navy SEAL, even though I'd run up over you fools. You know who you're dealing with. I took out an elk, 400 yards running through the Yellowstone River in high winds in the back of the neck. One shot. Every animal I've ever killed, one shot. The one time I didn't get it done in one, I cried my eyes out all the way home because I heard something. I don't do that. I'm not here to hurt anyone, spread fear. Everything here is for entertainment purposes. And you are effing entertained. I haven't even shown you pictures yet. Subscribe to stay alive. The Statue of Liberty behind you. Look at her in all her glory. Her satanic, I'm assuming, glory. I'm hearing some really bad stories. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. What? 7 thorns? Why? Why 7? The 7 churches? The 7 seals? The 7 sins? The 7 sisters of the Pleiades? Whatever. You say Porsche, I say Porsche. You say Nike, I say Nike. You say money, I say hook a brother up. I used to be a DJ. We could party. I really wish you guys would donate to me. My Cash App's on there. My PayPal's on there. Help me out. Help me help you. 7 crowns. What is that all about? Why is she looking to 30 degrees? Why is she looking to the southeast? Why is she holding something strange in her hand? Let's get back to my Bible decoding. There's a 7,000 year alignment, right? And I had to do something. to not offend religion, because nothing I want to do is to offend religion. Whatever your religion is, I'm glad that you have it and I appreciate it. And the way that you decode the Bible is to decode all Bibles, because the one backs up the other, backs up the other, backs up the other. Any fool knows that if you're going to check something out, you go hard. That's what Elizabeth Hurley told me. She told me to go hard. That right there is our binary star. What? That flame? Yeah, that winged thing that the guys on Ancient Aliens keep telling you that that's misunderstood technology. No, that's misunderstood by Ancient Aliens, is all that is. That's a binary star that's incoming. Its name is Nemesis. She looks to the southeast at 30 degrees for it. The Sphinx does as well. So do the 7 statues at Easter Island that used to be part of a massive continent called Mu. We can talk about a new continent that's about to rise up below New Zealand, oddly enough, right where all the elites are hanging out. This chick faces to the southeast, the direction our binary star is coming. She has 7 thorns on her crown, exactly the amount of planets and moons our binary star Nemesis brings. She is holding in her outright hand our binary star. And if you look at her like this, you can see that she looks like a rising sun on the horizon. Her eyes are facing to 30 degrees. Why 30 degrees? According to the scientific research I've read by many great men, and I don't know all of their names, I will tell you the ones I do know. Obviously, Zachariah Stitchin, great man. Obviously, it's hard to think of all these guys' names. They have such hard names to remember. Of course, Giorgio Tsoukalos is a wonderful, wonderful host. I wish I had his hair products. And if I find out what they are, I will put them on my Poleshift Alert shop, which you should go to. I mean, yeah, there's going to be zombies, but you want your hair to look tight. You know what I'm saying, dog? If you're going to come get me, I'll be looking sharp. I don't mind dying. I just want to look good doing it, fool. I am the first to say that the revelation is that Earth has 2 suns. Dos. Almost all star systems have a... That is the Lord right there, isn't it? The Lord is just shining into my chest right now. Hey, what's up, sir? I told people I had providence, the ability to know and obtain higher truth, and that the light will hit you square in the face, and that nothing can be deceived by the light. A lie cannot be hidden there. Global warming is a lie. Climate change is a lie. I told Greta Thunberg the truth. I told a lot of scientists the truth. I told humanity the truth because I've been ordered to do so by this omnipotent force where I don't know where it's coming from. I really don't. Maybe I can sit over here. I don't know where this omnipotent force is, and I'm going to try to see if I can't show you. It really breaks my heart that I can't show you some of these pictures that I've got. I've got pictures of all of these things that we'll go through. Let's go through a couple of them. There's this thing called the Nebraska disk that was found in Germany, and it shows a constellation in the sky and an object in the sky of red appearance. The same red orb appears in many Egyptian hieroglyphics. It appears in many Chinese, I think they call them tapestries. I know that Indiana Jones is a big fan of tapestries. Where's the friggin' tapestries? Don't think I can't talk like the English. I'm just as cool as you, Harry. Well, I don't know about all that. I might be stretching a little bit. I'm sorry, Megan. I wasn't trying to go too hard on you, man. I didn't like you for a long time. I'm starting to dig you. You got a little attitude on you. I like that, Megan. Keep it up. Hook him up with a left hook for me. Big Daddy Pusscakes. Anyway, how many items have I had stolen from me? Boy, I tell you, like 7 so far. Products that you use. I'm not going to name them tonight. I'm not interested in doing Poleshift Alert. I'm a rock and roll singer. I wish that Neil deGrasse Tyson was sitting here, or somebody of their caliber, and I could go do my rock and roll singing, which is what I really do. The evidence that I have about my Poleshift hypothesis, which is based on the best information that I have available today, which are through cave drawings, which are all over the world showing 2 suns in the sky. According to, I guess there's several folks that have determined that according to issues that were in orbit of Pluto and Uranus, that they knew there had to be a massive planet off to the left or right because they were being pulled into an egg-shaped orbit. This is what first started my attraction towards what might this be causing this. Because all of our planets rotate around in a certain way, but yet Pluto acts very strangely. Well, according to the research that I have read, triple researched, planet Nibiru, this planet comes along with our binary star Nemesis, with other planets named Harrington, Farada, 7 planets, the 7 sisters of 7 sisters. The reason that 7 Easter Island statues are facing outward while all the rest are facing in, while those 7 statues are looking to 30 degrees like the Great Pyramid of Giza's Sphinx. At the feet of the Sphinx, I became a man. I walked through the gates as they blinked. And now I have these answers for you. Maybe the Sphinx is in Sedona, Arizona. The real Egypt. Or in Utah. The real Israel. Go ahead and soak that in for a while. Let that go ahead and sink in. I'm just going to go ahead and use that statement. Let what sink in? What have you done? Oh, that's right. You did grab one of my ideas. That's right. Let's talk about Wyoming. Do you think that cow farts caused Wyoming to split? Really, man? Dun, 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 dun. Hello? You really think all those videos of that stuff in the sky, you seriously think that's a sundial? Now, man, my truth, the truth, we speak in the truth. Now, when some dummy who's been in office for 700 years, who's so old that they can't even form a sentence, is telling you that you shouldn't believe your own eyes, while they have more money than God after supposing to have 400,000 per year. We're being played by these clowns. Everybody knows that. I think they all should resign. Let's talk about Utah. Utah. Search your heart. Why has nobody ever told you what sand is? Sand is the bottom of ancient oceans. But because somebody told you to believe that was a sundog and not another sun, which most planets have 2 suns, some have 3 and 4. It's an oddity for a planet to have 1 sun. An oddity. Where'd the Mayans go? Where'd the Egyptians go? Where'd the Hopi go? Where'd the Inca go? Well, now you know they got jacked in a Poleshift because they got withheld the truth. You know now. Now, there's a bunch of different maps that are out there. What do these maps mean? These maps show water here, water there, water this, doing that. It lets you know this, that elevation maps of the world have been taken, and that water could land in any of these places if a planet Beautiful. I had to do some verification. I haven't read one comment yet. I apologize, you people. I don't know if you're supposed to do stuff, or I don't know if anybody wants to help me out. I'm not really here to beg and plead and do that. Whatever this is that is guiding me wants me to be humble. I don't have $1. I'm not a rich guy. Some poor guy in a cornfield, because they want me to be some guy in a cornfield. The United States always has to have an enemy, even a citizen that loves the United States. But they'll hand some money to some duck from over the border. Well, I haven't had a job in 7 months. This is where they want me. They have an enemy in this state of me. We can discuss their tactics and what they do. The police no longer protect and serve. They harass and stalk. They know where you're going before you got out of bed and where you're going before you got there. They know exactly when to get you and hook you up. They're going to do it every time. And that doesn't even have to be that you've done anything wrong. You could just be some jackass like me that found out a couple of things that they shouldn't have. Why is Wyoming cracking in half? Why is Africa cracking and now Asia? Planet Nibiru. 6 times the size of Jupiter. Wow. Iron, nickel core gets the closest to Earth out of any of the 7 planets, which the Bible states will come in like a lamb and go out like a lion. And you can see that they're doing that. They're splitting the earth open in India and Africa and causing blobs in the ocean and fish to die and algae blooms and all kinds of other crazy stuff. My evidence. Where is it? Possibly as large as Jupiter. Washington Post, December 30th, 1983. Possibly as large as Jupiter. Go look it up right now. Go look right now. 2 suns in the sky. Go look it up your damn self. You gonna tell me it's not there? Why would people be involved in this hoax? They would not. This is no hoax. This is the real deal. You guys been waiting for the end of the world? Well, here it is. Now, the world isn't going to end for everybody. There's this map, this thing in the Bible that states about 7,000-year alignment. The 7,000-year alignment was a while ago, and it stated that a woman would be in the sky that looks, oddly enough, very much like the Statue of Liberty. Her name's Virgo. And that she would be painting to give birth. And Jupiter would be going through her womb for 9 months. And that when she gave birth, a red dragon would be waiting to snatch her young. Now, I believe that this is the elite, the Illuminati, the 13 families, the Bilderbergs, the skull and the crossbones, the bad guys, the good guys pretending to be the bad guys that tell you that the good guys, and the good guys that tell you that they voted for them, but you didn't vote for a damn person, you damn son. You didn't vote for nobody. They're selected, not elected, dog. What the hell are you talking about, bro? Are you kidding me? By the way, where the hell are any of those stimulus checks? Oh, that's right. You guys got a black helicopter for Big Daddy. The truth gets you a black helicopter. Lies get you a Leonardo DiCaprio film. I'd rather be you, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Some nice tail you got, dog. Mad props. I'm gonna have famous guests. It may not be Poleshift Alert podcast. It may be Big Daddy Postcakes podcast. This Poleshift Alert thing, I'm being told to put out by some higher entity. Now you say, do you mean God? No, I do not. According to my triple verified research, God is the sun. Yeah, you heard right. Yeah, just soak that up for a while. Yeah, you've gone mad. The sun is God. Damn right. Where's the proof? The proof's in the pudding. I love pudding. Who doesn't love pudding? Now, when you start looking at the past and you see this red orb on the Japanese flag and a yellow and a red orb side by side on the MasterCard, master and slave, you're now chained to your debt. You'll be whipped by the man if you don't pay. You can pretend you're not a modern day slave if you want, bro. You're a dog. So am I. Been a dog for 59 years, never met a harder working man. The proof, possibly as large as Jupiter. 2 suns in the sky defy explanation. Go look them up right now. Go to X, Poleshift Alert. Go to YouTube, Poleshift Alert. Go to Poleshiftalert.com, Poleshift Alert Quora, Poleshift Alert Pinterest, Poleshift Alert Survival Store, which is what this is all about. Man, I don't even want to hear your wife when you ain't got no candles, dog. You're going to tell me that methane, that carbon gases cause Yellowstone to split. What are you on, and where can I get a baggie of that, dog? Man, you will believe anything. You're the moon is made of green cheese guy, right? When you ain't got no candles and no matches, and you ain't got no food, and you ain't got no stuff, you remember the name Greg Martin, because your wife is going to be screaming it in your ear that dude from Poleshift Alert told you to stock up and prepare a long time ago when a man named Jack Dorsey was ruinating me. You forgot to put my name on the shadow banning list, didn't you, dog? Where are my true numbers, fool? I've got the biggest news story of all time. right here in my hand. I'm the one that told the world Poleshift, and I don't give a damn if you think you told somebody Poleshift or not, sir. You didn't tell anybody nothing. You told your damn dog something, your dog went out the damn door. Just like they do with me. Unrespected, over-detected, but unprecedented. I'm a bad mother effer. I don't fear anybody. Fear no man, trust no bee. You know who I'm talking about, honey. We have a big problem. Planet Nibiru is a whole lot and is the source of the problem. God, our sun, the proof is that the Incas prayed to the sun god. The Mayans prayed to the sun god. Everybody prayed to the sun god. Because back in the day, the sun. Okay. So I have to be careful. I'm being flagged and given some warnings from TikTok. I do not want to make anybody mad. Here's what I have to say, and I'll try to keep it short. There's nothing wrong with really purchasing some products for your family. There's nothing really wrong with understanding that sand is the bottom of ancient oceans. And that if an object of high mass and magnetism get near you, that with any magnets, your poles may change. You can say that it has to do with this or has to do with that. If you want to blame it on a cow, that's fine. I don't think a cow made Africa split in half. Now, I don't want to have too many violations or any problems because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what happens. I go by the great John Cougar Mellencamp's wonderful mantra. Nothing matters but what if it did? Do you think I'd care? After all you've done to me, what you do? You can yank me off the air. You can pull me off the air for telling people the thing in the sky is real. And it might cause some damage. What's wrong with them purchasing some products to be prepared for an emergency in case one comes to their door? Like it did in Iowa, California, Hawaii, and various other places around the world. Strange weather that cannot be answered by plain global warming or the things that you're being told that it is. My simple thoughts to you are this. Does the proof lie with global warming? That Wyoming is cracking? That there are strange anomalies in the ocean? That there's birds, fish, and animal deaths? Algae blooms? Red water? These are things straight out of the book of Revelations. Meant to warn you. Meant for you to understand that it's time to go to the grocery store before there is no grocery store. You don't think you need screws? What, are you going to manufacture them? Please. Yeah, that's right. You don't need a fishing net. God, who would ever need one of those? You don't need survival skills. I sure do. Hunter safety course? 268 kills in survival mode. Call of Duty. Yeah, that's me. That's right. 268. Come on by. Come see me. Let's have a chat. Sand is the bottom of ancient oceans. Utah was underwater. The Grand Canyon was created in 27 minutes. Mountains are created in 27 minutes. When a planet of huge mass and magnetism gets close to Earth and potentially pulls us 93 million miles closer to the sun. Now, God the sun, and our binary star, Jesus, have a lot to do with your fate. How are you going to tell me that you just told me that our sun is God and Jesus? This has nothing to do with religion. It has to do with the facts. I don't think you can walk on water. Today I'm from Missouri, baby, the show me state. I want to see it. I don't believe that you can walk across water. So I want you to take the religion out of it. And I want you to look at things through the eye of a scientific person. When you walk up to water, you see sand. When you go and you put your hand in the water, there's sand. Utah was underwater. Arizona was underwater. New Mexico was underwater. The Grand Canyon was a spillway. When Nibiru got too close, it pulled the pole, creating this spillway of the Great Basin Sea, leaving the Great Salt Lake. Bang, bang, boom. The first to say it. There's no such thing as Salt Lake. That's what's left of the Great Basin Sea, and the sand below it is the proof. Whether or not you want to believe that's a sundog or a flying poop factory. The only misunderstood technology is the fact that you're not understanding that you're being lied to, dog, and told a bunch of stories. Pluto is a moon from either Jupiter or Saturn. I don't know which one of them. It was pulled here by the power of Nibiru's magnetism because of its massive size and magnetism. Iron nickel core, 6 times the size of Jupiter. It was pulled here and left when God, our shield, stopped Pluto right here. When our binary star came around, it loses magnetism and dropped Pluto in our orbit. I am the first to say that Mars was inhabited, fully civilized, and was pulled out of the Goldilocks zone by Nibiru. By the way, you are the extraterrestrial. You're not from Earth. You're from Vega. In the Lyran constellation. And the reason that I am white is because I was on a planet far away from my North Star. And the reason that you are the color you are is because you inhabited a different planet. And we fled because of an extraterrestrial race that was trying to destroy us. And we're put here. All together in colonies. So you can tell somebody that they're Asian or African or black or white. You just were on a closer planet to our sun, the North Star. While I am from the furthest away one. We were brought here and dropped off. Why were we given Earth if we're such little things? Well, because we're not. We're a big deal. We're not. We're a small deal. They're not fans. But they are. You guys know what I'm talking about. They're frenemies. All of them. They all want something from us. 67 different types. And that's that. As this thing gets closer, more cataclysmic activity is going to occur. You're going to see the world's first F6 tornadoes. and huge hypercanes, massive things because of the clues left in all Bibles for you to find when you took your mind and you said, I'm done being fed. I'm going to search. I'm going to research. And you will go and you will find that the sun is God and our binary star is Jesus. And here's the proof. Like Jesus, our binary star makes birds, fish, and animals die. Our binary star causes rivers to run red. And for wormwood water. Because it is wormwood. Nibiru, Planet 9, Planet 7, Planet X, Tyche, they've named it 1,000 things. Bernard Star, KX something, 176. NASA calls it Sol 2 over at the old NST shop. The Nibiru Search and Track Squad over there at NASA. BTW, what are all those old cars doing sitting over there at NASA? What, you guys worried something's going to come by and fry everything? You're going to need a car with no electronics in it? Or did they find out the truth and you have to hook them up right there? Never a straight answer, NASA. Why am I sitting in your chair while some chick from NASA's telling people, we have never found civilizations of any kind of life form anywhere, but we believe that we found an ancient civilization that's causing the sun to go dark for 6 days. You're talking about Nibiru. Why don't you just tell people the truth? Nemesis, Nibiru, Harrington, Farada, all of these 7 sisters of 7 sisters, the 7 churches, the 7 this, the 7 that are en route, that are causing our earth to be squeezed like an egg. And because of what a Mexican scientist said, and I think he's the guy that was bagging on me, he said that Nibiru rotates at 3 speeds. What the hell? So Nibiru is going around Nemesis, which is a mini solar system, according to the CIA. How you guys doing? I hope you guys are having a great night. Hope you're learning a few things. Because you and your family are in danger too. And when a kind comes, you'll be cut off too. Just like the police and everybody else. You're their dogs. You think they give a damn that you're going to get washed away? When the Mississippi becomes 300 miles wide by 100 miles wide, when New Orleans, the city of the red sun, falls 2.5 miles out from beneath your feet, when Florida goes to pebbles beneath your feet from liquefaction and sinks below the waves, there's nowhere you're going. That's why it might be a good idea to have some life vests in your car. In case the pond comes to you, yo. You're so worried about little Cindy and little Bobby. Poleshift alert. Survival shop. Let's not drop the ball. I haven't made a dime. I would like to. I think the information that I gave you guys is valuable. Regardless of what you think of these maps and this information, which is for entertainment purposes only, not to offend any religion, any type of anything, these are my own observations of the Bible, the way that I've interpreted them by taking the religion out and just looking at it through the eyes of what could cause these things. So I did that. Baja California is what's left of the Grand Canyon. It created that entire spire. The United States has looked like many different things before. But knowledge is power. Power is preparation. Preparation is key. If you don't have a sewing machine and thread and your pants rip, what are you going to do? If you don't have water and fuel and all the things that you need? I've provided you guys with some information. Maybe I'm not the most likable guy. Maybe I don't like you. But nevertheless, here I am telling you and your family some information that could save your life. It could save mine if you help me out a little. There's many ways that you guys could do that if you want to, or you could just let them swallow me up like they tried to with Will Smith. That was a hell of a play at the end, dog. You hooked them up hardcore. These maps of the USA are there for a reason. You're seeing imagery like the stuff behind you for a reason. You're seeing places get rain, fish falling from the sky, snow where it's not supposed to, Yellowstone ripping open, and the dude disappearing out of the middle of nowhere. What did he do? Fall into the abyss? What did he do? Die of boredom? The truth is not welcome. We're going to have famous guests. Poleshiftalert.com. The Washington Monument tells the end of civilization. Back in the day, in what you believe is Egypt. And if you don't mind me saying so, Egypt, if you guys were so technologically advanced, what the F happened, man? You guys roll around on camels, dog. That was the one thing you guys could pop off, is those things? Then how come they're over there and 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 over there? And how come Ancient Aliens is telling me that a craft wanted to study Sedona, Arizona, where oddly enough there's a bunch of stuff that looks Egyptian, and in the Grand Canyon there's a bunch of stuff they found that was Egyptian. And speaking about stuff they found below ground, I'm going to smack you guys around a little bit in your minds, not violently. In the mind, you guys seriously think they left gold in a room with a dead guy? Please, man, shut up! I would have jacked that fool! Oh yeah, sire. Oh, you bet, you bet. I would have walked right out the door with that crap. Shut up! You're dead, fool! I'm not leaving that gold in here with you. What do you think I am? Rinky dinky donkey donkey? Hell no. Big Daddy needs some scratch. I gotta roll around with some of these Pharaoh chicks. They were hot, those Egyptian chicks. Lordy Lord. Anyway, to all you scientists out there, Neil deGrasse Tyson, Bill Nye the Science Guy, Brookhaven Institute, 1,300 scientists, Hydrogen Collider, NASA, India, China, Russia, and my great friends over in Dubai. How are you doing, Mr. Crown Prince Faza? How are you tonight, sir? My great honor. How are you guys doing? I hope you guys are all doing great. I haven't spoken to you in a while. We'll speak. We're going to have famous guests. Hopefully I can get some people like Tucker Carlson to come on when I'm on Sirius. Or when I'm on Spotify. Or when I'm on 9 to 5. It don't matter. I'm going to tell somebody my story, baby. You're going to have to listen. I'm just stuck with my butt till about 4:30. I'll put in some screws and I'll tell you some news. Still work with me here. I ain't got no music to throw at you. All right. What's going to happen when old Yellowstone goes off? My father lives right by there. The last time that Mount Yellowstone went off, it launched the mountain itself, Mount Yellowstone, 600 miles. and it landed in Cody, Wyoming. When you go see this mountain laying there, you're like, what the hell? It looks so wrong. You don't think they know that that's a top? An entire mountain blew, a ways. There was 10 foot of ash in New York State. If you don't have a gas mask, you're done. Why do you think I put them on there? Because they look cool. You're going to tell Bobby and Cindy that you're going to let their lungs turn full of mud because you're too dumb or cheap to purchase 4 gas masks. When I already hooked you up, all you got to do is go click and buy it, and it'll come to your door. Some of you people are living large and in charge. I got stuff in the pawn shop. You know why? Because I got black helicopter up my butt. Why don't you just call me Bill Smith? If anybody plays me in a movie, it's got to be Tom Cruise. Somebody told me when I was at Central Casting I looked like him. I said, shut up, man. I'll punch you so hard you'll think you're in Mission Impossible. I'm the first person to tell everybody that glaciers were melting from the bottom up. I'm going to tell you right now that Earth's core is now rotating backwards. It will stop. And when it does, mountains will be created instantly. Like that. Because the Earth's core will be grabbed. But according to this Mexican scientist, and I'll tell you about the 3 speeds of rotation, it will cause the Earth's crust to keep going, and it will bunch up when it finally stops, and then the rains will come, and all the silt will run down, creating the plains below. You're welcome. You're welcome. Mountains are created instantly. The Grand Canyon was created in 27 minutes flat. California used to be islands and will be again, and where Elon Musk is buying properties is exactly where the California islands will be. You can go and look at my pages where all of the billionaires are buying lands and how New Zealand is going to rise up out of the water and there's going to be an entire continent there. They know where continents are going to be. How do they know this? The IRAS satellite. I'm glad you asked. What the hell is the IRAS satellite and what's that got to do with Poleshift? Well, very simple. They didn't even know that brown dwarf and red dwarf stars existed because they couldn't see them because they don't cast any light. You'll find that out when you're reading Possibly as Large as Jupiter, December 1983, Washington Post. Probably about the only time they ever in their life told the truth. And then they put on there, the truth dies in darkness. Why would they put that? Washington Post put that. And then the next day, Executive Order 12356 was signed by Ronald Reagan, a man I met, on the beach at the 4th of July. Venice Beach. We were playing volleyball. Some other guy was Iceman. I was home slice for sure. And I look over there and there's President Reagan. I go, hey, President Reagan. He was there with Patty and Nancy and a couple guys with no necks with ARs. Good for you, dog. I told him he could come play with us. He wasn't down. Well, Bob Hope, he was pretty cool. If Mount Yellowstone goes off, it has a, I'm not sure if I'm absolutely correct on these stats. There's a lot of guys that have way better stats than me. I'm a radio DJ who sings in a band, who came upon some information because I'm a pretty sharp guy. These great people out there have put together this research that have stated that there's no way that these planets could be in these orbits that are out here beyond the Oort cloud and out here beyond these areas if there wasn't something massive. Pluto and Uranus, their orbits were perturbed, and they sent out this IRAS satellite, and they sent out these satellites, and this is when they found this planet. They've been studying it ever since, and some people that you are being told are protectors of free speech and awesome men are actually obsessed by this planet and its 7 companions, who are going to come by. But there's good news. God, our Son. Let's talk about that for a second. If God wanted to be a son, why would that offend you? Being a son would be kind of cool. If I wanted to be a son today, what would you care if I was God? And then if I wanted to be a bird tomorrow, what would you care? I'm God. It can be whatever I want. Isn't that correct? So if I were your son and your shield, and a planet of high magnetism and mass came by, and there was a way that we could use God, our shield, to protect us from the effects of this thing, then wouldn't that be wondrous? Well, I want to say thank you to the Anunnaki for using advanced technologies to stop their entire planetary system in its orbit, dead, until we got behind God, our shield. So when we're going by like this, not going by like this. We're all getting jacked up. Now, according to the information that I've come upon, a little birdie sometimes lands here, and sometimes you'll see a square of light. And is what it'll tell you is this. I told you a lot of mind-bending stuff tonight. That's not about religion at all. It affects your religion in no way. Me telling you to go out and purchase some products from the guy who started telling you to go buy, you can't find toilet paper because of me. You don't have to give me credit. I'm taking it anyway. Anybody wants to stand before me and tell me that anything that I'm telling you is a lie, then you can go ahead and deal with the powers that be. The cause. Who? The cause? Correct. The cause. You can speak with him. And you can explain it to him. Apparently, he's the one that created you. The cause runs the entire known universe. That's whack, yo. I should have thought of that name. Oh, well, he probably got it copywritten. I ain't going to try to grab that. He'd probably get angry. Now, how do I come upon this information that I came upon? Well, there's a library that you can't get into because you didn't even pay for the books you had when you were in school. You think they're going to give you any more books, dog? Come on now. Why don't you, just go return the one you got now. You know you hold it. Right now, how many books you got from the library? You know you never took that damn Barbie movie back. And even if you did, it ain't going to work. It's got so much stuff on it. Damn DNA everywhere on it. You clean the thing before you take it back, dog. That ain't right. You don't do that to your library. They're there for you, dog. Where else are you going to put your little brats when you're out hanging out with your baby daddy's mama? Can you guys see any of these things? No, you can't. This green screen stops everything from being seen. That's cool. I'll figure that out. This is the most low-tech pole shift alert you'll ever see. It might be the only one you ever see. When this thing's come by, you can read a thing called the Deagle Report. You can look at those maps. There's various ones. But I think anybody that doesn't believe that something's a sundog would be smart enough to know that they may be in an ill-placed position. I believe that everybody that has a brain cell in their head can look at all of the different North Poles that are known to be on Earth and understand that something made them change. What was it? Love? Oh, we're going to run over here to the north. Nothing can make the North Pole move except mass and magnetism. Search your heart. The earth just don't spin around just some cockeyed direction. It's whatever direction it's supposedly going or whatever. And don't get me started with other conspiracy theories, because I don't do any other. I only do pole shifts. You can talk about hollow earth, flat earth, HARP. You can talk about Antarctica, which is great, which I love. Because I'll tell you one thing, there are massive cities buried underneath the ice with people in their last moments of life that did not know that they were going to be flash frozen in 4 hours when they were magnetized and pulled to a new North Pole. I am the first to say that woolly mammoth that they found with food still in its mouth died in a pole shift. It fell to the ground in a massive earthquake and then moved under ice and froze before it could decompose. You're welcome. You're just straight up welcome. Deny it, debunk it, come forward, step forward, you men that I've asked. Where are you? To tell me that I'm a liar, to tell me that I'm wrong. To tell me that these graphs, these graphics, these assertions, these videos, these hushed whispers, this feeling in your bones that you know something is just wrong. The only way that it can be fixed is through preparation and knowledge. That's why you subscribe to stay alive. Because this is going pay. The United States government doesn't want this out here, and it'll never be out there again. I'll be lucky if I make it to tomorrow morning without being banned. To anyone that wants to ban me and can me, I'm Big Daddy Pusscakes. I'm your worst effing nightmare. I can ruin your brand with a keyboard. Worldwide. At any time. Don't play with me. I didn't do nothing to you. You've been jacking with me for 4 years and you got a lot of my scratch. Hand it over, or I'll move to China. I'll move right over to North Korea. You guys want to talk about how unhappy they are? I never seen an unhappy North Korean in my life. Stop telling me who to like. Stop telling me who not to like. Stop telling me who to pray to. Stop telling me who not to pray to. Stop telling me anything, because every time you tell me up, then the next thing I know, I'm down. I used to be a proud American. Now I'm a domestic terrorist because I want my country to be the way it used to be? Please. With your nonsense. Your every 4-year joke nonsense. We're tired of it. Why can't you guys just be legit? You know who's legit? Xi Jinping. That guy's legit as hell. You can't tell me that man is not legit. I love that man. He's going to be writing out my paychecks right here. And I'll move right over there. I have no problem with the Chinese. I've worked for them many times. You guys are wonderful people. Have no issues with the Chinese whatsoever. I've been told that I'm supposed to just disgust you. I don't. You can't make me hate nature. You can't make me hate a deer. You can't make me hate an elk or a bird or a flower or a feather. I'm not going to do it. I'm a wonderful person. I feed birds. I would give you the shirt off of my back. Everything I've done is out of love for humanity. My friends. I care about you. You don't have to care about me. I got me. I wouldn't want to piss me off. And I'm me. You guys decide what to do with Big Daddy Pusscakes. Do you pay him? Or do you slay him? Because I don't give a which. I'm done with you fools, you clowns. Your bullshit meritocracy that doesn't even exist. You want to talk about meritocracies? Where's my check, fool? You guys owe me so much scratch. If I ran for president right now, you could only work 4 days a week and only use one hand and you get double pay. Anybody that doesn't like America gets deported to the Philippines. And everybody from the Philippines gets to go live wherever they want to. Paid for by the people that get moved to the Philippines. We're going to invade Mexico. That's right. We all going to go across the border. We're going to live over there since you want this place so bad. And just take about 38 million people, roll up over in there, hang out with your old lady for a while. I'll tell you one thing, them Latina chicks, they know how to cook, baby. Woo! They like rabbits. It's just crazy. Pinche loco. Ay, ay, ay. Hey, no money, no honey, baby. You guys got plenty of scratch though right now, huh? Did I tell you guys the plan? Oh, man, I forgot to tell you guys the plan. Yeah, you guys, you've been bought and paid for. Yeah, you're now American soldiers. Yeah, that's right. You're now American soldiers. And here's the great part. All that money that they're giving you, they want back. And they made a deal with your guy over there and down there in South America that they're going to come get all that money back from you and your families, which you're not going to be able to pay, so they're going to take your land. You got played, vato! Because they want your land. Because the word on the street is the new North Pole is Waco, Texas. What? That's correct, Waco, Texas. That's the word. But I've also heard that Kentucky may be the new new rainforest. We don't really know where we're going to land. The hypothesis, IRAS, I guess they put together they went out, they sent out ships, they took all the measurements, all the weight, the all the things that they need to take care of, all of the data, and they ran it through some simulation, and this is the maps they came up with. And these maps that you're seeing are leaked versions of those maps. But the reality of it is that a magnetized item is going to go where a magnetized item is going to go. I don't really know that anyone knows where that may be, but you do know this, that when it happens, it's going to happen fast. And that there are things going on in the skies that are not being spoken about by the media, but only some schlub in a rock and roll band. I am happy to tell you guys the information. I have the biggest news story of all time. First site ever shadow banned. The reason shadow banning was created. Go see my 6 websites. Go buy some stuff for your family. Does it really bother you that I'm going to get $2 of your money? I don't really want $2. I want 25 billion bucks. Otherwise, I ain't going to be able to go hang out with Elizabeth Hurley. She wants to go hard. I could have dated so many starlets in Hollywood. They all wanted to get with Big Daddy, but I told them, listen, man, you ain't got $20. I can't give it away, because at least that way, if I get in a situation like Trump got in with that Stormy Daniels chick, I can at least show the judge the 20. I'm clean, dog! She paid me, fool! Tell me how you ain't loving that. You can use that if you want, but you gotta hook me up with some sort of tip. Because that's straight up the best, right? I mean, that's something like Snoop would tell you. Now, iHeart, Spotify, Sirius, we could do all kinds of stuff. We don't gotta do gloom and doom, because guess what? Planet Nibiru might be not so bad now that the Anunnaki have intervened and used advanced alien technologies with the use of nuclear weaponry, 4 that were left in the sands of the Middle East that were found by us, known as the Ark of the Covenant. 4 of them. Several of them were lit off in India when a couple of the Anunnaki got a little angry at each other. So yeah, there was a nuclear war. Sodom and Gomorrah. What is Sodom and Gomorrah? That is the tail of the dragon. Planet Nibiru with a massive iron nickel core that rotates the opposite direction of Earth, causing all the noise being heard in the skies. These trumpets are the sound of Earth's core stopping, like the squeaking brakes of a car. Correct. It sounds just like a car's brakes going bad when Earth's core stops. And if you don't buy headphones, you will die. That's right. It's going to be so loud that you will not be able to not go nutsoid. Does it look like I'm kidding? But you think you need some little 99-cent little. Peace out, y'all. See ya, wouldn't want to be ya. Live it. Learn it. Know it. It's a Poleshift. You got weather where weather don't belong. You got tornadoes by the hundreds. You got wet bulb heat, rivers coming, massive amounts of rainfall. The last time that planet Nibiru came by Earth, it ripped off the North Pole ice cap, slamming it into the ocean, causing a 3-mile high wave as the planet started to tip past the 45-degree mark and go to whatever new location it was going to rest as a result of this magnetism and this pole shift alignment. Once it's outside that pole shift alignment, the effects are still going to be extreme as it's going back out into its 3,657 orbit, which is on the back of the Swiss dollar bill. It's on the NASA logo. Why is Nibiru's elongated orbit on NASA? Why has it got a winged red thing on there? Because it's got our binary star in its orbit, right, for NASA. What do you bump your head? All these clues were left there for you to find. They're basic 5-year-old puzzles. Read the Bible in a different way and take God out of it. And just say, what could cause this to occur? Scientifically. And you will understand that the truth is right in front of your face. The United States was already underwater. And it will be again. We are going to go upside down. Here's the United States. We are going to go like this up and over. And we are going to rest upside down. A CIA leaker said the Mississippi will be 300 miles wide at its mouth and run backwards. 2 of the Great Lakes would drain. These simulation maps put together from the information gathered from IRAS and Voyager satellites prove that this information is correct. The simulation they put together shows these maps with this large portion in the same area where there used to be an ocean before, in Arizona and Utah and New Mexico and parts of Southern California. But because of the Anunnaki's intervention, approximately 65% of us are going to survive now instead of 10. It was going to be the worst pole shift in history until the use of advanced technologies allowed our God, the sun, to shield us, as the Bible states it does. It's crazy. I understand. The Washington Monument houses the end of time in its capsule. The height of the Great Pyramid of Giza, which oddly enough is directly in the center of Earth. What's the fastest way to tell the center of the circle? Put a cross there. That's right where the Great Pyramid of Giza is directly in the center of Earth. Facing north, south, east, and west, before there was such a thing, aligned with 3 stars. With these crazy mathematical things and from ancient aliens. I'm giving them credit. They're great work. And the guy that came up with the Chariot of the Gods, and his work is astounding. I haven't read it. I haven't really read Zecharia Sitchin's either. The work that I've read is from modern day scientists, and I know basically the bulk of what Zecharia Sitchin's work is, and I've heard the thesis on it, the bullet points. And same with the Chariot of the Gods guy. I can't think of his name. I always know his name. I just can't think of it right now. Great man. You're all great men. I'm not here to take your credit, but don't take mine. I am the first to tell people we're having a pole shift to actually get it out there. Yeah, you've got your little thing over there talking. You got your little thing and your little thing. I'm not trying to stomp on your turf, but you got 92 conspiracy theories going. I got one. I don't do nothing. I sell watermelons, and on my watermelon it says Poleshift Alert. It doesn't say Hollow Earth. It doesn't say Flat Earth. It doesn't say HARP. It doesn't say direct energy weapons. It says Poleshift Alert. Now, we can speak about all those other things, and I'll probably be with the rest of conspiracy theorists and laugh at you, because I'm tired of being laughed at about my conspiracy theory, which is not conspiracy, but fact. We are having a damn pole shift. Pole shift! And when it hits, you will not stand. You will not walk. You will be on the ground before God, begging for the end of it, which will not come for 27 minutes of a 12.0 earthquake where seas are coming at you in full. Now, where the water goes, what do you care? Do you want to be prepared, or do you want to be a punk? Because I guarantee you, if you ain't got no food for Bobby and Cindy and the lights go out, I already know which one you're going to be. And I wouldn't blame her for saying so. You have one job, and that's to protect your family. I'm putting my balls on the line telling you about this. And if I disappear, I ain't goddamn suicidal. I'd already killed myself long ago in the crap life I got, 59 goddamn years. Yeah, goddamn American dream lies in China. Well, I'll be happy to become a Chinese citizen right now if you'll have me. I'll take a goddamn plane ticket from Vladimir Putin right now. I respect you more than I respect my own leaders. You're going to lie to the face of your citizens and tell them lies while you prepare with their money to survive like you're special. You have 2 arms, you have 2 legs. Just because you were put in a position of anointment doesn't mean that anyone anointed you to anything. To those on high, you are the low. Help 5 people, shock me. Every billionaire on the planet, just go choose 5 people on the streets and just hook them up. Show me you got even a heart. I don't eat until I feed birds every day. I've been homeless 7 times while helicopters run grid surveillance over me. I've got all the footage. You think that Julian Assange and Edward Snowden are the only guys that got jacked up? You know what it's going to take for them to get their reputation back? Do you think they care? They told you what they told you because you deserve to know as citizens of humanity. There is no such thing as authority. Who said that you have? Who are you? You apparently don't know me. How about if I tell you what to do? The meek shall inherit the earth. The meek, the prepared meek. Now go to Poleshift Alert, Survival Shop, subscribe, research, stop being gullible, stop being fed lies. And you know what I want you to do? I want you to do this more than anything in the world. I want you to enjoy life. I'm going to go right now. We will have more discussions when I know how to do what I'm doing. I feel like Tom Hanks on an island. What I did was for this world, for your family, so you could make it, because you are me and I am you and you are, we are in this together. Some of us. I'm out. We're done for today.